This is a big one, SSL decryption. So right now, 73 of all US-based pages are encrypted natively. And that's really to help you guys out, from a security standpoint, because it means that I have a secure connection between my endpoint, my computer in this case, and the internet. So banking, websites at, Facebook, and other sites that you don't want your password or information to come out. Typically, you're going to see HTTPS, which is SSL enabled traffic. Now, it becomes a challenge, especially maybe in an enterprise or school-like situation where you need to monitor that traffic and see exactly what the kids are looking at. A lot of schools just don't natively want to allow Facebook or Instagram to run. So it becomes a little challenging to actually look at that traffic and see, what's behind the encryption. Fortunately, a next generation firewall feature allows us to do deep packet inspection. That's a word that you probably heard before, or HTTPS filtering. So there's a couple differences between the both of them, and we'll get into each one. And for the demonstration, we're going to look at HTTPS filtering. Deep packet inspection requires a little bit more maneuvering and a little bit more configuration. But again, that's going to give you the best bang for your buck in terms of finding out what the kids are looking at, what your employees are looking at, or what really anyone's looking at, and then being able to enforce that or allow it accordingly. It's also great for analytics. So you can see, oh, maybe we're using applications that we just didn't know of or we weren't aware of. We call that shadow IT typically. And again, it's best to know what's in your network, especially for you network admins, than to not know at all and just see, oh, massive amount of terabytes have been downloaded in X number of days. So right here, we're going to look at HTTPS filtering, which is simply looking at the destination website, stripping the CNAME, stripping the CNAME before the actual packet becomes encrypted, and then determining what sort of website that person's looking at. In this case, we're going to be looking at Facebook.com, really popular site out there, obviously, but one that comes up a lot. So here we're back in our FortiGate firewall. We're looking at our general LAN to WAN rule, and we're seeing that Facebook is allowed. So I'm able to go on Facebook.com, I'm able to log in and see everything within the website. What we want to do right now is establish a blocked page, meaning that I can't view it. It's just going to do a white page where the page cannot be displayed. So we'll go back to our firewall here, and we'll look at the security profiles being applied to it. Right here, we have a general antivirus profile. We have an application control profile, which is what we're going to look at right now. And then we're going to start looking at the categories that application profile falls under. Here you can see that we have a lot of fleshed out categories already built out for you. We can create custom categories as well, but it's a lot easier to use what's already been tried and proven. Here you can just see there's thousands of applications ranging from AOL Instant Messenger to Amazon, all the way to Zoho, you can see here. But right now we're going to focus on Facebook. So here we go, Facebook. We'll pull up a couple of different options within the Facebook portfolio. And right now, for the sake of ease and sanity, we're just going to block every single one. So that's going to be your Facebook.com, the application on your phone, the Messenger portion, pretty much everything. Here we set it explicitly to block. Add that to our application control. Look at our forwarding rule. We see that application has been applied. And there you go. Facebook.com is now blocked. And after a couple seconds here, it's going to eventually time out and say this page can't be displayed. Really on the back end, the firewall is blocking it. And we're going to see in just a moment here the logs that will demonstrate as such. So there I am, trying to look at Facebook. You can see Maust here pops up a couple times. That's me. And again, the FortiGate is tracking my IP address and username, which is very helpful, especially when you have a much bigger organization. You can see exactly who's using it and block or allow based off of that person. So there I am, I'm blocked. I picked up that application. You can see that Facebook is no longer allowed. Now I see some other stuff on the network right now, like BitTorrent, Microsoft. Obviously, we don't want to be blocking that. But again, this provides more insight to other applications going on your network, shadow IT. Personally, I didn't know that BitTorrent was on our network, so that seems like something that I might want to look at a little bit more specifically down the road. So I'm glad I just caught that right now. Again, this is something that you definitely want to have in a next generation firewall because it gives you the ability to look at your layer 7, your application layer, and see what sort of applications are on your network and really mitigate against that. Really popular, like I said, in the education sector where we need to block multiple applications, both from a protection standpoint and bandwidth standpoint as well. We just don't want people BitTorrenting on the network, getting DMCA notices, piracy, all that, Netflix, things that just don't need to be looked at during your regular working hours or classroom hours.